need some competition out here. Come on.
Yes, they have to do that. Our people don't.
Interested in promoting your brand, business, or talent on Hip Hop News Uncensored? Hit me up right now at advertise@hiphopun.com. That's advertise@hiphopun.com. Hit me ASAP. Very affordable rates. Now to our regularly scheduled program list.
If you check with probably 80% of gang members and maybe 60% of rappers, maybe they didn't come from a stable home. So they're speaking about what they know about. But there's so many other things to speak about. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely.
So I don't know if you knew AJ Johnson, aka Ezal, from Friday. His cause of death came out just a few days ago, and they pretty much said ethanol, which is alcohol poisoning, killed him. Your thoughts on that, if you care to share any thoughts?
Well, of course I knew AJ Johnson. We're all comedians. We all came up through around the same time. We also did that classic movie, I Got to Hook
Yes,
Up
sir.
Too, together. But AJ, as far as I knew, had a lot of personal demons and problems that he was dealing with, and that's all I can say about that. I don't know if the circumstances of his death will ever be truly uncovered, because even if he drank himself to death, why was he found in a back room in a liquor store? Was he alone? How did that happen? There's a lot of mystery surrounding his death, besides the fact that he had a drinking issue, you know? So I don't really know what to say about that. It's a terrible way to go. It's a horrible legacy to leave after all the funny stuff that he did do, and have a place in our heart playing Ezal. But it's a shame that he had to go out like that, But I can say from a lot of people that they weren't necessarily surprised, because AJ did have like a double life, the life you saw and the life that he had behind the scenes, so to speak.
I heard a lot of comics say throughout their lifetime that you see a lot of them make people laugh on stage, but off stage they have it's a lot of darkness within them, or a lot of darkness around them, or something like that just make them want to make people laugh. And you talked about T.I. earlier and other people kind of trying to jump in the genre, and not to get on T.I. or anything, but it's an interesting. How do you guys because anybody can come in here and make somebody laugh. If you see your family member all the time, can make your family laugh, but to get on stage and make complete strangers laugh. Talk about the art of that and how you bring personal issues and personal life things in the stories to make funny out of that. Like, can you break that down for the people?
Well, I think to be a true great comedian, because there's a lot of good ones, not a lot of great ones. I think to be a true great comedian, you have to be able to read the audience within minutes. You have to be. I heard. I think it was D. Ray Davis talking about this as well. That you have to be able to read the vibration of the audience within minutes. Are they black? Are they white? Are they mixed? Are they single? Are they couples? Are they older? Are they younger? Are they laughers or are they chucklers? Are they drinking? Are they not? You have to be able to figure all that out from the time you walk from backstage by the time you get to the microphone. And then you should adjust your comedy as such. But everybody doesn't have the art to do that, and they'll do the same comedy no matter what audience that they have. And believe you me, first of all, I don't use the word nigga in my act unless it absolutely applies. And when I do my own show and I have a host and a feature myself, I don't allow anybody to say the word nigga except me, because it can be gratuitous use of the word is ridiculous. It's insulting. You got white folks out there. I'm not trying to cater to them, but they're laughing out of nervousness, instead of laughing out of just joy and happiness, which is what they should be laughing about. I feel like saying that word on stage is like if somebody take a toothpick and they stick you, that don't hurt. But after a while, it gets fucking
Yeah.
annoying and you want it to stop. That's the way I feel like an audience feels when they hear that all the time. And a lot of people don't have the wherewithal to be able to change their vernacular or to change their cadence to suit the audience that they're performing in front of. You can't do the same material that you do at the college as you do at the Elks Lodge as you do for your sisters, frats, sorority sisters. It's all different. You have to be a great comic. You have to be able to read that and to feel that and to project that. But like he just said, the brother just said, anybody can come in the room and make somebody laugh. No, anybody cannot. And just because you make your friends laugh at the barbecue, don't mean that you can get on stage in front of 12,000. There was 12,000 people at the show that we did in where we just left, which was at
Boardwalk Hall.
in
Yeah,
Atlantic
Boardwalk
City.
Hall. That's crazy.
Oh wow.
And to make, you know, if we were, yeah, and if anybody was, I mean, the audience with social media now would be all on the internet talking about so and so or ain't funny or whatever. But that hasn't happened with our tour because for one thing, we got something for everybody. And I think there's some stronger people and some weaker people, but they all have studied and tried and failed and tried and got back up and tried. We've all been there. I just think that you know, unless you really have the heart for this, then just leave it alone. If you don't want to do this for your life, see, I feel like you shouldn't even do comedy unless you feel like you would die if you don't do it. And that's me. And it's just it's the dark part is you can be in front of 12,000 people, and then you can go backstage and talk to some people, and you can get in your car and be dropped off at your hotel or your Airbnb or where you're staying, and then you're alone. Unless a lot of men have women, but a lot of women don't have men on the road with them. And so for the men, you know, if they have a great show, they want a broad to spend their time with after. If they have a bad show, they want to have a broad to spend their time with after. But girls, unless we're just going to slut all over the country, then when our shows are good or bad, you really don't have anybody to share it with. So by the time you get back to your room, you know, it's whatever time, and you know, can't call people. A lot of people are asleep by the time we get done. There's nobody to talk to, and I know that I've been through a lot in my life, and I do stand up because I feel like I would die if I didn't do it, and I also do stand up because I don't want anybody to feel that I have felt in the past, making people laugh, giving people joy, whether they're talking about it in the car on the way home, whether they're talking about it to their neighbors next day. That's what I strive for in my career. And yeah, there's a lot of bad things that have happened to a lot of us, and we take that and we can spin it and tell it on stage and make it funny,
Yeah.
you know. That's the art of it. But yeah, a lot of us we're not always yah like we are on stage. A lot of us are very quiet, very, you know, humble, very grounded when we're off stage, because you just can't be like that all the damn time.
Right.
So how do you deal with those times though? Is it an adjustment for you? Like when you that euphoria of being on the stage, like you said, you go back and now everything's gonna hit you now. You're back in the room, you're alone. How are you able to cope with that? Is it just you just being a sound mind, or talk to us about that?
Well, I mean, look at today. Today's Valentine's Day. Am I gonna get taken out to dinner? Did I get any flowers, any candy? No, nobody knows where I'm at. Nobody has the address where I'm at. I'm not home to be around anybody, my daughter or her man, or I've got my sister with me. It's her birthday on Valentine's Day. But see, I don't have, you know, what about that? You know, I would love to be wined and dined on a day like today, but I'm on the road, you know? And sometimes you deal with it by going back to the room and drinking. Sometimes you might deal with it going back to the room and doing blow. You might deal with it by picking up a stranger and having them come. There's many ways to deal with it. Some people pray. Some people just go to sleep, watch TV. There's many ways, but it's not always, easy doing this because you do miss a lot, especially if you're a parent, especially if you're a mother. There's a lot of dark times.